Okay, in this video, we'll talk about local variables and global variables in Python. Before you watch it, I will suggest you watch my another video which I created about the basic idea of the functions, how to write one, how to use the parameters, how to use the arguments, how to call the functions, all of those there, right? Now, in this video, we're going to talk about local and global variables. So to demonstrate that, let me write a small program for you, small function for you, def. I'm gonna call my function name is my function, and then I'm creating a variable x equals, let's say, 10. Then my function going to print that value. Okay, my function is ready. Now I'm going to call my function by simply writing its name. Okay, so if I run it as expected, my function going to show me the value of that x. Right, all fine. Now let me just do a little test. If I want to print the value of x here, means outside of my function, can it do it? Right, as you can clearly see the error here, 10, this 10 is coming from this line, but then it's saying in line 8 there is error. What is the error? Name x is not defined. So this x is saying, the program is saying it is not defined, right? For us, it's simply it is there, it is defined, x equals 10, but program says they cannot get access to it. And here comes the idea of local variable. Okay, why? Because this x is defined inside my function. It is inside my function. For program, it cannot get access to it. Simply it cannot see it, because this variable was defined inside my function. So when I'm calling independently outside of from my function, it says, okay, what is x? I even don't know. Okay, so that is a local variable, a variable which is created, defined inside a function. You can use it for the function, but if you want to use it independently, you cannot do that. Right, now this time let's change a little bit this program. Now I'm going to go out of my function, and I'm going to write x equals 10 outside of it, right? So this x equals 10, it is outside of my function. Now if I run it, this time no error message. My function can use it. My function can get the value from that x, and also when I'm calling out to print the value of x independently, it can show me that too, and we call them global variable, right? And as name suggests, this variable value, it can be accessed to from inside a function or anywhere else, right? So local variables live inside the function, global variables live everywhere in the program, everywhere in the program. Okay, now if, let's I'm going to write the same program again. X equals 20, and I'm going to print that value. Okay, and then I'm going to call this function. Okay, it's working. Right, now let's say I want to use that value. I want to see that value, x equals, I want to print it out from function. So, but unfortunately, this is a local variable. There is a way I can say, okay, you can use it, but to do that, you need to define it. This variable is a global variable. You just write down the keyword global in front of that variable, then you give it value. So global x and then x equals 20. This way program knows, okay, this x is not a local variable anymore. This value can be get access to from anywhere, from inside the function, from outside of the function. If I run it, yeah, as you can see, it is working as expected. If we change it, it's gonna show me that changed value as well. Okay, so that is basically what is a local variable and what is a global variable. If you want to use a local variable as a global variable, that is the way to do it. You just declare it, okay, this is gonna be a global variable, and the name of your variable after that, then make sure you give the value, then it get access to everywhere. Now the last thing I want to show you now a little bit. Sometimes you'll find these issues. Let's say I have x equals 10. Okay, let me take out this. X equals 10. Of course, this is a global variable because it is outside of my function. Then I decide, okay, this x equals 10. For my function, I really do not use that value, right? I need x equals 30. Question is, can we do it? Let's run it. Okay, so what I'm seeing is my functions, it shows me 30, but outside of it, it is still 10, right? It's still it 10. Question is, can I change this value? Yeah, I can change, but it's gonna be only live inside the function, nothing else. Okay, now let's write the same code one more time. X equals 10, then df, I want to change it permanently, right? So this, my function call is change, and I want x equals 20, then print x, then if I just call my function, it's gonna be 20, but can, if I just print the value, it's still showing me 10. Can I change this value permanently? That was the question. So to do that, basically, first you need to say, okay, I'm going to use the variable which is outside x, which is a global variable, and I'm referring to that variable. Okay, one more time. When you do that, program actually creating two variable here. One x is a global variable, and this x for program is a local variable, and that is the reason when you run it, it shows the value for this variable for the function 20, but for program this x is a local variable which is 20, and this is completely separate instance of the variable, and it shows us 10. Can we just change that value as well from inside my function? And for that reason, you need to say that, okay, I'm going to use the x which is currently global, and I'm going to change that value to 20. If I run it now, and you can see now both instant of that x is changed. So program didn't treat it a local variable anymore, because as you said, listen, I'm not going to write a local variable here, I'm going to just using the one we already created as a global, and then I change that value. So to change that, make sure you declare that what are you going to change. All right, so that's basically it. What we learn now, we learn what is a local variable, we learn what is a global variable. We now know how to declare a variable as global, how to change one change global variable if we need to. Okay, that's basically about this video. Thanks so much.